Hereditary Grand Dukedom of Luxembourg gives a speech in Switzerland. Queen Sonja of Norway makes an announcement in Oslo. And European royals participate in World Mental Health Day. All this and much more coming up next on your Royal Daily News. Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you're doing well. My name is Alexandra, and welcome to your Royal Daily News for Tuesday, October 10th, 2023. Her Majesty, Queen Letizia of Spain, presided over the central act of Día Mundial de la Salud Mental 2023 in Madrid. This morning's central event, held under the theme Mental Health, Global Health, a Universal Right, was organized by the Confederación Salud Mental España in collaboration with the Fundación Once and the Ministerio de Derechos Sociales y Agenda 2030. The celebration of World Mental Health Day on October 10th is an initiative of the World Federation for Mental Health that is celebrated in more than 100 countries. Upon her arrival, the Queen was warmly welcomed by the Minister of Health and the President of the Confederación Salud Mental España. Once inside the auditorium, the Queen was invited on stage to give a speech. In her speech, the Queen said that in the latest report from the FAD Juventud and the Fundación Muta Madrilena, quote, 59.3% of young people say they have had some problem in the last year, and that same question in 2017, the affirmative answers were 28%. That is twice as many young people considered that they have had a serious problem linked to mental health. Another report shows for the first time there are perhaps more young people who thought about S at some point. So it is advisable to listen to know where the action should go, because investment in mental health is a guarantee of a more prosperous, fairer, and more equitable future for all people, end quote. Just on a side note, if you're wondering why I use the letter S instead of the whole word, well, there are certain words on YouTube that you cannot say, and that's one of them without getting into huge amounts of trouble. Their Royal Highnesses, the Prince and Princess of Wales, together with a Royal Foundation in collaboration with The Mix and with the support of BBC Radio 1, hosted a forum at Factory Works in Birmingham this morning on the occasion of World Mental Health Day. Over the next 3 days, the Prince and Princess will carry out a series of engagements across the United Kingdom to mark World Mental Health Day, as well as to highlight the importance of mental well-being, particularly in young people. Today's forum, held under the theme Exploring Our Emotional World, gathered 100 young people ages 16 through 24 for an important conversation about how they manage their emotions and how they can be supported to build their resilience. During today's forum, the Princess gave a speech stating, quote, "We know, like you, that simply talking about mental health is just not enough. Because although many more conversations are now taking place, it is now vital we spend more time focusing on how we talk about our mental health. And crucially, what are we going to do to build positive, preventative solutions to one of today's toughest challenges? Positive mental health is shaped by our ability to understand and manage ourselves as individuals and to connect with others through our relationships, friendships, families, and communities. We are all living in a world, however, that is changing so fast, where social media and concerns about the threat of conflict, pandemics, climate change, or the cost of living can impact our emotional well-being and future hopes dramatically. On top of this, as young people, this can also be a time in your lives when you perhaps feel the vulnerability of growing independence and self-consciousness. But by gaining a deeper insight into ourselves, we'll be better equipped to handle the external challenges we all encounter, end quote. Her Majesty, Queen Mathilde of the Belgians, attended a conference in Brussels organized by the European Commissioner for Health and Food Safety, Ms. Stella Kyriatis, on the occasion of World Mental Health Day. According to the Belgian Royal Court, this morning's conference introduced the first ever European vision for a comprehensive approach to mental health, a vision based on 3 pillars: adequate and effective prevention, access to quality and affordable mental health care, and the reintegration in society after recovery. His Majesty King Philippe of the Belgians held an audience this morning with Lieutenant Jana Ludwigs at the Palais Royal de Bruxelles. During the meeting, the king presented the king's sword to Lieutenant Ludwigs. According to the Belgian royal court, the king's sword has been, quote, awarded since 1937 to a cadet officer who have shown themselves to be the most deserving during their first 3 years of study, end quote. Last week, His Royal Highness Hereditary Grand Duke Guillaume of Luxembourg participated in a series of scouting events in Switzerland. On Saturday, the Hereditary Grand Duke chaired his last board meeting of the World Scout Foundation, ending his 2-year mandate as the head of the foundation. In his speech, the Hereditary Grand Duke thanked His Majesty King Carl Gustaf of Sweden as honorary chair for supporting his election and the WSF staff involved during his time as chairman. Quote, I feel very honored to have had this opportunity to serve World Scouting, and I would very much like to thank Your Majesty for having encouraged me to seize this unique chance. It has truly been a pleasure and an honor to be working with each and every one of you during these 2 years, end quote. Her Majesty Queen Sonja of Norway and His Royal Highness Crown Prince Haakon of Norway held a meeting at the Royal Palace this afternoon with jury members of the Queen Sonja School Prize and the Minister of State, Ms. Tonje Brenna. During the meeting, the Queen announced that the Crown Prince would now present the school award on her behalf. The award will continue to bear the Queen's name. The Queen Sonja School Prize was established in 2005 at the initiative of Queen Sonja and is awarded every 2 years to a school that has distinguished itself by practicing equality and inclusion in, quote, a full-fledged way, end quote. The winning school receives 250,000 Norwegian krone and a work of art designed by the Queen. On November 30th, the Crown Prince will present the Queen Sonja School Prize to the Storhamar High School. In Stockholm, their Royal Highnesses, Crown Princess Victoria and Prince Daniel of Sweden held a meeting with the Youth Council and the Expert Council of the Crown Princess Couples Foundation at the Royal Palace. According to the Swedish Royal Court, the Crown Princess Couples Foundation supports organizations that, quote, work to promote positive mental well-being and combat exclusion in children and young people. This year's Youth Council consists of 8 students from a local school. During the meeting, the Crown Princess couple presented diplomas to the participants in the Youth Council, end quote. In Monacoville, His Serene Highness Prince Albert II of Monaco held an audience on Saturday at the Palais Princier with a delegation composed of high representatives of the 40 member states of the International Atomic Energy Agency. The audience was held on the occasion of the 25th anniversary of the installation of the Marine Environment Laboratories of the IAEA, which is located in Le Condamine. And finally, Her Royal Highness Princess Tatiana of Greece attended the 11th edition of Revels and Revelations hosted by Bring Change to Mind in support of teen mental health held at the City Winery in New York City. Bring Change to Mind is a nonprofit organization whose mission is to end the stigma and discrimination surrounding mental illness. And there you have it. Thank you all so much for joining me this afternoon. I will be back tomorrow on Wednesday, October 11th, with all the latest royal news. Until then, I wish you all a wonderful afternoon and a great day tomorrow. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you won't miss a thing. Okay, again, have a wonderful afternoon, everyone, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye-bye.